In 1974, there was a police procedural TV show called Police Woman. I love that. It's just Police Woman.
They predicted that we'd all be changing terms.
And if you think that, boy, TV was so basic back then, now there's a huge show on NBC called FBI.
Woman.
And no, just FBI. And soon it's going to get its spinoff, FBI:CIA. So we're just agencies. It was the first hour-long primetime police drama with a female lead, and it was
Who was the lead?
Angie Dickinson. It was a ratings and critical success. And on the heels of this success, a trend of women in the leads of traditionally male genres began, thus Charlie's Angels, thus the birth of jiggle television, in which women run around without bras. Lacey's worst nightmare.
Fucking hell. With the veneer and the fucking Trojan horse of women empowerment. It's a way to find a way to just subjugate us in a different way while we're feeling so empowered while we do it. Burn those bras. Cha-cha-cha.
You don't think it was women deciding to burn their bras?
I love a bra. It wasn't anyone like me. Yeah. It wasn't anyone with sensory issues. It wasn't anybody with like body fucking dysmorphia. We put on 5 bras.
Okay, nothing can be everything for everybody.
All the things are mine and they're forever.
All right. To jiggle television, Charlie's Angels, produced by super producer Aaron Spelling, who also made jiggle television shows like The Love Boat and Fantasy Island.
And 90210 and Melrose Place.
His daughter was on. Did he produce those?
Yes, he did.
Okay, and his daughter Tori Spelling was on.
How else would she get a part?
This is a total blind spot for me. I know nothing about.
I'm sorry. There's probably Tori Spelling heads out there. I'm probably being a total asshole about that. It's nepotism at its worst because she's also just a horseshit actress. So she was the big sore thumb in 90210.
Is she the one who there's always?
Yes.
I think there was a joke in Scream about a bad actress from.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I didn't think it was being Tori. I don't remember it being Tori Spelling. I thought it was somebody else.
You could Google it.
Okay.
I'm looking at the original Angels here. Well, who's the one in the middle? Not the one in the middle of the blonde, but I mean, like if you were going totem pole middle.
We got Kate Jackson, Jacqueline Smith, and Farrah Fawcett.
You're still not answering my
Don't
question.
ask me that question. I don't know.
Just the one with the boobs out is smoking hot.
Okay, hold
Farrah
on.
Fawcett doesn't do it for me.
Jesus, hold on. Okay, so then this one is Jacqueline Smith.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll allow it. Were there any cameos in the?
No.
In the movie? Okay.
Not this one. Jacqueline Smith does make a cameo in the sequel.
Way to right the wrongs.
Farrah Fawcett later said, quote, "When the show was number 3, I figured it was our acting. But when it got to number 1, I decided it could only be because none of us wears a bra." End quote. The original TV series created by Ivan Goff and Ben Roberts, produced by Aaron Spelling. It aired from 1976 to 1981 over 5 seasons. Charlie played off-screen by actor John Forsythe, also the voice of Charlie in the film. The film is technically in the continuity of the TV series. Bosley was portrayed by David Doyle. You might know David Doyle as the voice of the grandpa from the Rugrats.
Boy, do I.
One of the, some do. Remember we recorded an episode about Rugrats, the movie, and then didn't ever release it because we were miserable and you hated it. So
Sounds right.
One of the best known features of the show is a series of highly publicized casting changes. First season had the leads of Farrah Fawcett, Kate Jackson, and Jacqueline Smith. And Jacqueline Smith would be the only one to remain on the show throughout its run. Farrah Fawcett left at the end of season 1.
I really connect Farrah Fawcett to, like, that's who I think of.
Yeah.
Did she go on to do something else that's iconic that
No.
everyone thinks of? Really? One
Well, I think
run of one show.
I think that she is like one of those people like Shelley Long who's like, well, I'm leaving for bigger and better things. And then it just never materializes. And probably just due to bad, you picked the wrong projects. And I think that her career was probably also ruined because she feuded with Aaron Spelling and ABC, got in a contract dispute with them. So didn't return for season 2, was replaced with Cheryl Ladd, who played her sister on the show.
Your dad's favorite.
Cheryl Ladd is my dad's go-to actress of a fine looking woman. And my dad is, like me, is not someone who's like, oh, I love those hotties.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, but that's the one he will always go to, is like, she's prettier than Cheryl Ladd.
That's a handsome gal.
Let's see. Kate Jackson left after season 3. She had been offered the role in Kramer versus Kramer that ultimately went to Meryl Streep, but the show and the producers didn't give her permission to take that role. So it went to Meryl Streep, who won an Oscar and became a star.
Would have been a real boner killer to those jiggles. That's what you're saying. They didn't let her do that because it would have changed the framing around what this woman is.
So she was very unhappy as a result of this and then got a reputation for being difficult.
Oh my God, these poor women. These poor fucking women.
Which just means like, hey, I wanted to film a movie and they wouldn't. Oh, she's so difficult. Ooh, don't hire her.
She's in a mood. Her fucking Hereditary? Nope. Her Hysteria?
Yeah, she's in hysterics.
No, well, her womb is wandering, clearly. She has a wandering womb.
All right. A movie is in development in the late 90s because Aaron Spelling is working on developing all his old TV shows into movies, not just Charlie's Angels, but also Fantasy Island and The Mod Squad. And so this is in development at Sony Pictures. Sony Pictures CEO John Calley said his number one priority was building franchises. Just a reminder, nothing ever changes ever. There's this Variety article from 1998 that talks about Sony's difficulty getting franchises off the ground. It's having trouble making sequels to Men in Black, Bad Boys, and hey, Jumanji.
All those things happen.
Which we covered a few weeks ago.
My crystal ball, don't worry.
Charlie's Angels. That'll be a great new franchise for us to get off the ground. So Drew Barrymore, who had just launched her production company, Flower Films. Of course, it's called Flower Films.
Why, of course, Matt?
Because she's like a flower. She's both like a flower. Oh, I love the flowers. I'm a little hippie child, but also I'm a punk rocker.
Go away, Matt.
What? What's wrong with that?
Go away, Matt. Get off my Drew Barrymore
you take
pretty
over,
please.
Then.
No,
I got no problem with Drew Barrymore except the thing where she scabbed during the writer's strike.
I know.
Had replace her entire, because she's a daytime host now.
No.
Yeah, so she during the SAG-AFTRA and writer strikes 2 years ago, she's like, yeah, I'm tired of my show being off the air. I'm just going to hire a bunch of scabs and bring it back.
That's bad.
Yeah. So yeah, Flower Films is launching and she gets very excited about Charlie's Angels. So she goes in and pitches her version of the movie. Now, my source here is Elle Magazine in 2016. And she said, quote, "We had just done Never Been Kissed. And Nancy is her producing partner, was like, dude, she doesn't talk like that very often, so it's very weird. She's like, they're making Charlie's Angels over at Sony. We've got to get in there. And I was like, okay. We went in and, it was a big movie for them at the time. They had a lot of high hopes that it could be a big budget, franchisey type movie. And once again, here were Nan and I in our JanSport backpacks. This was the era of the power suit woman, and we looked like an anomaly to all the other women who were trying to make it in Hollywood in their pinstripe skirt suits. All they really had at that point was a concept. So we told them what we would want to do, how we would want to cast it, how we would see the world, handpicked the director, on and on and on, and we got to make the movie. And it was just the most fun thing in the world. I put together a reel of films, like smashed up, and I had to do it VCR to VCR. So I hooked up 2 VCRs together. And again, I'm a girl and I'm a Pisces. This is just a disaster. It was like cords everywhere. Hold on. Drew, same. I did that in high school a lot too.
You Pisces.
But I pulled about 200 different films from my personal library that I thought had scenes in them that could show the studio what kind of tone I saw for this film. End quote.
That's cool.
That is cool, yes. Plus, I used to do that too, so I identify with somebody.
Flower Matt over here.
But then as the 2019 reboot of Charlie's Angels was coming out, there were think pieces that were like, we need to talk about Charlie's Angels 2000 and how problematic it is. This is from Vanity Fair by Ashley Spencer. Quote, "But for all of its Y2K girl power messaging, Charlie's Angels is still a movie made mostly by men with a male audience in mind. Depending on how you look at it, it shows a hellscape in which women are expected to look endlessly desirable, whether licking a steering wheel while wearing a race car tracksuit cut down to the navel, or bopping around in Spider-Man underwear and telling a delivery man to stick it in your slot. Or it champions a post-feminist dream world where liberated women don't have to sacrifice their sexuality or blowouts to save the day." End quote.
They are using what they have. They're using those things. They're using the weaknesses of men against men. It's not stupid to do that.
Yeah. And I mean, the movie, it gets to have it both. It does have its cake and eat it too, because it is very sexy when Lucy Liu just licks the steering wheel.
Lucy Liu does not do that. Drew Barrymore.
Oh, that's
does.
Drew Barrymore. Okay.
They look a little different, but yeah. You just don't see it.
I don't even see women. But yes, also there's always story reasons for them to be doing these things. And the whole point of it is like, we're gonna be invisible. You're not gonna see us because you're not gonna take us seriously. You just see sexy ladies.
Right.
That article went on to be like, but it's also like these girls are obsessed with, or Cameron Diaz specifically is obsessed with going on a date with Luke Wilson. And here's what Drew Barrymore said about that in 2016. quote, look, I'm sorry, girls want love at the end of the day. We want sisterhood. We want to have each other's backs. And then we want to meet back up in the morning and talk all about what happened at night with the boy. It's what girls do. I was like, there has to be an element of relationship. So that's why I taped this scene from Foul Play. And it was just very true to what a girl likes and feels. What if that girl also loved her girlfriends and was a real sister and they had each other's backs and they were kick-ass and they loved to laugh? Because a girl without a sense of humor, oof, end quote.
I'm with her. I mean, I think it's nice because it was par for the course at the time, but also what you see is a woman that keeps putting off the relationship for her priorities. She has a very demanding job. She has a high paying job. She has a job that is important. She doesn't tell him about it. She puts him on hold. She has to leave the first date. She reports to work. Like, I feel like it's Cameron Diaz putting her priorities in the right order. And they already discussed in the scene before, or a couple scenes before, how hard it is to have a relationship in a job where you're not allowed to say what it is that you do.
Yeah. And you're also seeing that with Lucy Liu's character.
That's who starts the conversation.
With Matt LeBlanc. But it does make me realize, like, in Mission Impossible 3, Tom Cruise is getting married to Michelle Monaghan. Yeah, I guess you never do see a spy movie where the male spy is just like casually dating a woman. And well, I can think of examples, but, it's a fun idea of trying to do these things at the same time. And it's not intersecting with your work life. It's happening parallel to it.
You have to find time for it. When you have the most time consuming job you could think of, drop everything you're doing and go do this thing. And they more than once make not a joke totally, but like they use this, oh, I don't know, I'm just a girl. Oh, can someone help me? Like they deploy that because it is so effective, because it is what men and people already think of women, is that they don't know. So like when Lucy Liu in the very beginning slips up and uses some of her knowledge, that then makes Matt LeBlanc go, huh? You sure do know a lot about for bikini waxer. And then she turns around and she goes, oh, can't I just look at the internet? And it's just, it's a shame because a male spy knowing things and saying things in a relationship where he's not allowed to say what he does, no one's questioning it. Oh, you're just smart. Oh, you just know stuff.
Yeah,
oh, you must have been around the block. But a woman that knows about a bomb, I looked at the internet on accident. And so I bet it is harder to get to show off the things you've worked so hard for without giving away what it is that you do.
Yeah, it is threatening. If a woman is funny, or if a woman plays guitar, I don't know, any of these things.
That's my thing. Not me.
Yeah, but I mean, certainly you've talked about being a funny person, being the funny girl be your identity, and that being an issue for men you dated.
Always, in every relationship, it always comes up. The talk in the car after I had made too many jokes. Do you think that one was not professional? Do you think that was appropriate? Do you know what guys think of you when you say stuff like that? Or God forbid they're the butt of my joke, which is most of the time, then that's what the conversation is about. But anyway, always just generally feeling punished for being smarter than the guy I was with.
I never have that talk with Lacey. I just edit that stuff out of the podcast when she says it. And Lacey's being too funny in this episode.
She's really cutting my dick off at the knees.
Cameron Diaz signed on to the movie for $12 million. This was a very big salary for her. And even before a director was hired, presumably she also received top billing and like she's the center in all the marketing, even though the movie does a good job balancing the three, but Drew Barrymore's the lead.
She's got the story for sure. But I mean, physically, Cameron Diaz is in the middle. But I guess that's because Farrah Fawcett would have been. And she's got the height on the two of them, so just symmetric. They're very symmetrically posed all the time.
Right, but the billing is Cameron Diaz, D comes before B, then Drew Barrymore, then Lucy Liu. You would think you just go straight alphabetical if this is
what was Cameron Diaz coming off of right here? Had she done something about Mary?
My Best Friend's Wedding. There's something about Mary. Yeah, huge star.
Mm-hmm.
Vanilla Sky would be the next. No, same year as this. Being John Malkovich. Yeah, she's huge. But for the third angel, who will be the third angel? Angelina Jolie was rumored. Ultimately, Thandie Newton was cast, but then she had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. And
don't know who that is.
She's you do from frickin' Westworld and Mission Impossible 2.
I do know who that is.
Lucy Liu was cast. They trained three For 3 months, they trained for 5 days a week, 8 hours a day with the celebrated Hong Kong fight choreographer Yin Chong Yan. And as the director, they hire McG. Drew Barrymore personally hires him. McG, a.k.a. Joseph McGinty Nickel. Started as a music producer, produced Sugar Ray's first album, then directed a music video for them, leading to him being a prolific and celebrated music video director. Directed a bunch of videos for Korn, Smash Mouth's All-Star, and Pretty Fly for a White Guy by The Offspring. And then he would later go on to direct the Charlie's Angels sequel. He directed We Are Marshall, Terminator Salvation. That's the movie where Christian Bale yelled at that DP and then said, "Yo, McG, what do you think about this?" And recently he just directs for Netflix. He directs the Babysitter movies.
I really like the Babysitter movies.
On the commentary track of Charlie's Angels, he said they wanted to make the champagne of movies that exploded into the pleasure center of the audience's brain. On the press tour, he said, quote, "I'm like this knucklehead from Kalamazoo, Michigan. I never got any girls growing up. And then I find myself looking over my shoulder and Cameron Diaz is there in a bikini and Drew Barrymore is in a little Swiss Miss costume and Lucy Liu has got this leather dominatrix thing. It's unbelievable." End quote. McG and Bill Murray feuded on the set.
But doesn't Bill Murray feud with most?
Bill Murray's he's difficult, and that's accurate.
Yes, and he probably does not suffer fools, and he probably thinks most people are fools. And I would think someone named fucking McG would already be under his skin.
Yeah,
and it's McG, not this guy in this hat, because that's all I'm picturing.
She's Pretty Fly for the White Guy.
Yeah,
who just reunited with The Offspring for a live performance of that song. How about that?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Still white after all these years.
In 2009, so McG said that Bill Murray literally headbutted McG on the set of this movie. Bill Murray did not come back for the sequel. Bernie Mac played Bosley in the sequel. So Bill Murray in 2009 responded to the claims that he had headbutted McG by saying, quote, "That's bullshit. That's complete crap. I don't know why you made that story up. He has a very active imagination. No, he deserves to die." He should be pierced with a lance, not headbutted.
I got the kind of sense in watching different parts with him where I think Bill Murray's character was meant to, or Bill Murray the actor was meant to just like do a few takes, kind of riff and like go through what he thinks would be a funny reaction to what he's doing, especially when he's alone in the jail cell particularly. And it's like he just didn't want to do it because, you know, they have kind of the blooper reel at the end, which I didn't get to finish, unfortunately. And he's in there like once or twice. It's like they dug deep for a couple little wacky things Bill did that weren't already in the movie. It's like they used every little ounce he was willing to give because I think he wasn't into it. He didn't seem into it.
Yeah, no joy. You said he doesn't suffer fools. I think if he likes the director, he'll give you effort. If he doesn't, he will be totally checked out. Wes Anderson had brought him back and like reinvigorated his career at this point, so he's probably like, I'm in legit stuff. I don't need to be in this. The movie made $265 million worldwide on a budget of $93 million. The reviews were bad. Roger Ebert gave the movie 0.5 star out of 4.
What?
Here's what he said, quote, "Charlie's Angels is eye candy for the blind. It's a movie without a brain and its 3 pretty little heads, which belong to Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and Lucy Liu. This movie is a dead zone in their lives and mine. What is it? A satire of what? Of satires, I guess. It makes fun of movies that want to make fun of movies like this. It's an all-girl series of mindless action scenes. Its basic shot consists of Natalie, Dylan, and Alex, the angels, running desperately toward the camera before a huge explosion lifts them off their feet and hurls them through the air and smashes them against windshields and things, but they survive with injuries only to their makeup." End quote.
Endless action. Does that sound like something I would like? No. They set up impossible scenarios and they're like, that sounds like fun. And then they go do it in a fucking interesting way. They have interesting things to look at. They think through these things. I don't care about the car chase part, but besides that.
No, I think this movie, it's about like the joy of getting to do an action movie, but with women.
Yes.
And for it to, the action to be like serious action. I mean, not that serious, but like, this, you know, it's a passable like big budget action movie, and these people hold their own in it. Yep. And it's a lot of fun. It's just about fun. Shut up, Roger Ebert.
Yeah, fuck. Oh, God, have some fun. Was he sitting on a Lego the whole time? Fucking asshole. Cranky fuck.
And if he's so smart, why is he dead? A sequel was greenlit, released in 2003. That's when the eye thing with Cameron Diaz happened. I have never seen the sequel. The sequel got terrible reviews, did worse at the box office, but still it made $260 million worldwide. That's like, sequels have gotten made greenlit off of much less successful movies, but that was it. They never got a third movie. but they did a remake series on ABC that was canceled after 4 episodes in 2011. And then the reboot movie, directed by Elizabeth Banks, starring Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, and Ella Balinska, and Patrick Stewart as Bosley. And it's technically in continuity with these earlier movies, and Drew Barrymore was a
You've seen it? You said
producer.
you tried to watch it.
I tried to watch it. It wasn't that good. The action was good.
Okay. I'm sure Kristen Stewart would be interesting to watch. I don't know these other two.
It was the other, the one from Smile 2.
Ah, yep.
She was good in Smile 2.
She was.
What's her name? Fucking Naomi Scott. That's her name. And I think Elizabeth Banks is actually pretty good action director, but I think that movie
Not Elizabeth Banks as in Elizabeth Banks, huh?
The actress. Yeah, she's also a director.
I did not know.
And that movie did really, really bad. It made $18 million at the box office.
What did they make it for?
Like 70.
Yikes.
Yeah.
What happens when that happens? When you're upside down like that? You
got to think of the really poor CEOs and executives who have to take that.
Well, because I would hope the actors and staff and everybody get paid first.
Well, yeah, you get paid. That's what the budget is it pays for the movie, including the...
Right. If you want to make anything for the movie...
You got to go to make a profit. You got to go make all that money back and then some.
I'm getting it now.
Now you get it.
Sorry.
I guess I just wanted to read this quote from Elizabeth Banks. In 2022, she was talking about the box office failure and she blamed the marketing. And I remember this. I remember the discourse about this movie was like, oh, they're making a feminist Charlie's Angels. Come on. And she's the gist of this quote is she's like, I resented that's how it was being positioned. I wish I could make a Mission Impossible movie, but women don't get to direct Mission Impossible movies. They have to direct Charlie's Angels. And then because it's Charlie's Angels, it has to be like commenting on the history and the baggage of Charlie's Angels. It was an interesting quote.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you would think that it's from the inside of the production that tells you what the goal is. But I guess the residual feeling about the movie and even the initial feeling about the movie was just based on what people thought Elizabeth Banks was trying to do and say.
Yes. And
without asking her.
And in how it was marketed. I mean, even this poster, which has two of them holding hands, like, even that suggests to you, the girlhood sister, which is like, that is what the movie is, but I think people.
And if you'd watched the original movie, that was something I just loved the whole time. They love each other and not in a cheesy way. They laugh. They're clearly care about each other. They care about Bosley. Like, it's just nice. They're just nice little.
It's just nice. It is nice.
What is I'm looking at the Charlie's Angels poster from the remake, or not the remake, the Morrison one. What's the big giant V behind them? Like, what does it even mean? It's not a C or an A.
Is that an upside down A?
They're against atheism. I'm never watching it. All right.
I guess so. Well, that's the history of Charlie's Angels. We want to get into the movie now?
It's like a V, like for vagina.
For Valkyries. Because that's what they are.
Oh, those fly.